More men are struggling to perform in the bedroom than ever before. And the worst part is that they go and get their blood work done, their testosterone, and the doctor says they're normal. So now you're confused because you know that you don't feel normal, you certainly don't perform normally, and you don't feel like a high testosterone man. So what's really going on? So here's the uncomfortable truth. Most men who can't perform, they don't really have a performance problem, they have a hormone problem and a hormone signaling problem. So in this video, I'm going to break down the 4 real factors that are behind all of this, and then crucially what to do about them. Now, the first real reason that normal men with normal testosterone levels aren't performing in the bedroom is that normal is bad. When you go and get your blood work done, you get your testosterone tested, it comes back as 300 or 275 or 350.
Where's blood work?
The doctor's going to come back and they're going to tell you that that is normal. My argument is no, you're not fine. That's not. That might be normal in a sick, obese society, but that's not good. Your grandfather had far higher testosterone levels, and that's one of the biggest reasons his thing worked and he didn't have the same issues that we have.
That's some testosterone problems.
Because the testosterone was so much higher. So let's not pretend that 300 is good, because it's not. And as a point added on to that, if you get to 700 or 800 or 900, 1000 testosterone, 9 times out of 10, this problem is just going to disappear very quickly, especially if your free is decent as well. However, now this is a huge point. There's loads of guys who are in the 500, 600, 700, maybe not 700s, but in the 500 and 600 range, where their testosterone levels are decent, but they're still struggling and they can't perform.
I can't perform under pressure.
You can have 500 or 600 testosterone and still be just screwed down there if you bring a girl around and you just can't perform. Is a broken circadian rhythm where the cortisol timing is off. So you can get a blood test where you get your cortisol measured and it comes back as okay. Your cortisol levels are normal at 8 a.m. in the morning. But if your cortisol levels are too high at 2 a.m. or 3 a.m., they rise too soon, this is going to wreck your sleep, it's going to wreck your testosterone levels.
Lowers cortisol, increases testosterone.
And when your REM sleep is wrecked, which is when most testosterone is being secreted, it's at night, it's in the early hours of the morning. If that isn't happening, then you're not going to have morning wood, you're not going to have blood flow, you're not going to have good performance in the bedroom. Now, this is the big problem I keep seeing with clients. Guys are going to bed at 11 p.m, midnight.
So it's late, go to bed.
Which is one thing in the summer. It's a very different thing doing that in the winter when the sun goes down at 4:30 p.m. or 5 p.m. You're going to bed 7 hours later than sunset. And then in the morning, you're not getting any natural light either. Your brain doesn't know which way is up or down or left or right. It has no sense of timing. It has no sense of hormonal balance. It's all over the place. Most men are basically jet lagged.
I'm so jet lagged, I can't even render my chorf.
Every single day. Some guys watching this video are permanently jet lagged. So of course you've got brain fog and not performing down there and no energy to go to the gym and stuff like that, because your body's basically jet lagged permanently, and that needs to be fixed. Now, I have my own stories here in terms of my own personal issues in the past.
Is this something you're struggling with?
So the biggest one that stands out to me was 11 years ago, so I was at uni. I was in Nottingham. Me and the other 5, we were on the 5th floor of our building. And then there was the 6th floor was the top floor. There was one girl on the top floor who was like the hottest girl in the building. Every dude wanted to sleep with her.
She's a young, hot, straight woman.
Apparently after some sort of pre-drinks, there was one evening where, I don't know, I must have just had a lucky evening. I must have done something very confident. I don't know what, I can't remember what.
I feel your confidence.
But apparently word got out that she liked me. And I say lucky evening because this was like a genuine 9 out of 10. I think she did do modeling when she was younger. So I invited her on a night out that me and my sort of flatmates were going on. Wednesday night, it was going out to Ocean in Nottingham. You guys in the Midlands will probably know what I mean. It was a good time. She came on a night out with us. In her mind, she had me up there. Like, she was very much committed. She was ready, like, a few hours in. So I ended up bringing her back to my room.
In my room.
And, I was all excited. She had me up there. She obviously was very, very attracted to me. She was just ready to go. And then by the time it came to the actual time to perform, there was just nothing.
I can't perform under pressure.
It was not happening. I'd had about 5 drinks, probably like the perfect amount back then, where you kind of like loosened up, but I wasn't like overly drunk, not even remotely. I just remember feeling like the world was gonna end, because not only was she she the hottest girl in the building, well connected, everyone knew who she was. But also, all of my flatmates were out on that night out. So the next morning, they're gonna know if something's off. The entire building more or less knows about what's happening. So the word is gonna spread really, really quickly. And I just thought, oh my God, my world is falling apart here. And all because of this thing failing.
My whole world is falling apart.
And so that's what prompted me to get my blood work done. My testosterone was 410, sure enough. So I knew there was a little bit of a problem there. My total testosterone was 410, my free was okay, my estradiol was okay. And also this was not the first time that this happened. This was just the time where, when you're with a 9 out of 10,
Beautiful woman.
genuine like model tier woman, you know it's not because she's not hot enough. You know the problem is you at that point. And the blood tests sort of confirmed that for me. And that started my focus and my obsession with testosterone. And here's what I didn't understand back then. It wasn't just nerves, it wasn't just psychology. My entire hormonal system was misaligned. When you've had 5 pints, the nerves disappear. And then also to back that up, since I got my testosterone over the 800 to 900 mark, that problem has never happened again. And I am now significantly older than I was back then. I was 19 then. I'm coming up to 31 now. Which brings me on to the next factor. So big factor number 3 is so many clients I've had and so many men in general are overdoing the stimulants. So it could be pre-workouts, it could be too much coffee and caffeine, it could be nicotine. All of these things close off the blood vessels, they close off the blood supply throughout your entire body, including down there. So that's the immediate thing. Over time, the more you do them, the more they affect your adrenals, which affects cortisol, DHEA, stuff like that.
Your blood pressure and cortisol levels
Which can all downregulate testosterone production. And then the real damage, I think this is the biggest one of all, is that it wrecks your REM sleep in particular. You really overdo the stimulants. You have
Overdo what?
300 milligrams of caffeine a day,
Your problem may be too much caffeine.
or nicotine every single day.
The nicotine in that cigarette is poisonous.
It destroys your REM sleep, which is when all your testosterone gets produced. So obviously your testosterone is going to be going downhill. Morning wood's going to disappear. Now the 4th big factor that I keep seeing is elevated prolactin. Again, this can happen at any age. Dudes in their 20s have this, guys in their 40s can have it. It's not an age thing, it's a hormone thing. Elevated prolactin will suppress your testosterone directly, but on top of this, it's also very, very powerful for messing up your dopamine. Dopamine is the motivation hormone, it's the drive hormone.
Just dopamine.
And it's also the drive to interact with the opposite sex, let's say. Prolactin is just a killer for all things libido. So to recap and really summarize this, guys, because this is a huge topic that affects so many people. We're in 2026 right now. I'm telling you right now, over the next 20 years, this is going to get way worse across pretty much the entire planet, but especially these super high-tech Western countries, especially when the sun's not out. It's a huge problem.
sun. We must get sun too, no?
It's not just testosterone quantity. That's the first thing you should look at. It's also your circadian rhythm and cortisol timing. So just getting your cortisol tested at 8 a.m. often isn't enough. If you're really going to do it seriously, it's 4 tests throughout the day, saliva test. Also stimulants, so really overdoing that side of things. And also prolactin and dopamine, that side of things. So if you get those 4 things optimized, you will reverse the problems down there and you can stop being embarrassed, stop being ashamed, and start being a bit more confident. Now, in terms of improving the parasympathetic nervous system, sleep depth, REM sleep, which is when all the testosterone is really being secreted, is overnight. I did a really, really good video, I'll link it here, that was called How to Double Your Testosterone by Calming Your Nervous System, which means you're going to end up sleeping more. And guys have more than doubled their testosterone by following this protocol. So check out that video. If you haven't already, you'll find it really, really useful, and I'll see you there.